Hi, what up, yo? This is yesterday's trade. So we have the 7 a.m. candle here on the 1 hour. We marked the highs and the low of that candle. That's this green line right here. We come back to the 5 minute. So this is the God eye strategy, the strategy that God gave me, and the strategy just gets better and better. Thank God he gave me another insight here. I was looking through past days, and I was looking at the 5 minute. I was like, this happens on the 5 minute, and yeah, it was a little, insight there. Glory to God. All good things come from God. So thank God for the insight. So the insight was the 5 minute and market open marked the highs and the lows of the first structure on the 5 minute. So right here, this is market open 8:30. It says 8:30 because I'm in Colombia. I'm an hour behind. So this will be 9:30. So 9:30 open. We marked at the highs, and then it came down, and had this low right here, right? So this low. So we got this high and this low. And then I'm like, this is a big push right here. And what do we have here? We have here a 5 minute fair value gap, right? So 5 minute fair value gap. That was not tapped at market open. So if that was tapped at market open, I'll be looking for sells. But because that wasn't tapped, and it went down, it didn't give me any structures yet. I was patient, and I just waited, right? I waited all the way down here, and then since that wasn't tapped, I was like, okay, cool, so it's probably gonna reverse now. It took all these lows. So over here we have these lows. We have this low, this low, this low, and this low, and obviously we have that 7 a.m. candle low. So market open here, boom, came up, took out these highs right here, London high, took out this high right here as well, but it didn't touch or fill this 5 minute fair value gap, right? So price, oh no, it did fill it. Well, whatever. Price filled this 5 minute fair value gap, but I can't really tell you, I guess, how my mindset was yesterday because I just don't remember that much. I don't remember seeing that though. Whatever. Price came down. We marked this low right here, and this was like a fishy entry, because again, what we want to see with this strategy, the update of this strategy, is a 5 minute indication like we have here, a correction, and then a continuation, and then we'll take that continuation because price already indicated us that it wants to go higher, making a new high above this high, right? And even above the wick. So it indicated us that it wants to go higher, corrected, and then continuation, right? But we have this big range right here. We have this 5 minute fair value gap. I was like, that thing is reversing. So we come here to the 1 minute, and in this 1 minute, I saw this 1 minute fair value gap here, right? 1 minute fair value gap gets filled, came down, came up, and inverted it, and I got in. And this was, man, I was so happy with this entry. It's not even funny. But sadly, I got in with 1 micro, and when it went up, and then it started coming down, and I closed here. I was trailing it at this point, and I closed right here. I only closed with $81. Bro, I wasn't sad, but this is so unfortunate that I had this huge trade. If I was with 5 micros right here, I would have gotten that 1,500 right away. We're still in the eval on this account. But the entry was so clean, yo, so clean, just so clean. Look at that, 1 minute inversion, and boom, just got in on the 1 minute inversion. It's supposed to be up here. Boom, got in on that 1 minute inversion. Boom, crazy. So we made $91 here, and then when it started going down here, I went to the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, we have this break of structure here, you see this. right here. Let me just do this so you guys can see. We have this 1 minute, 5 minute break of structure right here to the downside, and I got in right here. Boom. I thought this was just gonna ride, and again, we got stopped that break even. Sad, but yeah. Like, honestly, if you're in profit, just take it, you know, because you never know, you know, or just trail it, you know. It's either break even or you take something. But I can't even say that, bro, because the next video is going to be of what I did today, which is the next trade over. But so it's like, but anyways, it's like super so I can't say that like take profit, like if it's just you're floating right here, like take profit right here. Like, why? Like, you have all this. I thought price was just gonna come down, take out these lows, right? So why close here, you know, if that's what you think price is gonna do? So anyways, those two trades were amazing entries, but unfortunately, oh look, and you see this wick right here, this huge wick. I originally had my stop loss, my take profit here, and I could have taken profit right there. That was like $600, bro, but I put it like down here. Yeah, I put it down here to this low. So we already had tapped this low, bro, but I had my thing right here. I ultimately put my take profit right here. It was right here. If I would have left it right here, I would have took in $600, like in like one candle, bro. Yeah. So, but what I'm really happy about is this strategy gives me this right here, this little thing right here. It gives me more information. Like, for me, visually, you know, I can see like, okay, like I have more. It's clearer to me to see that, like, what's happening as soon as market opens, right? Instead of just like, I don't know, instead of just like taking sells right here, which I could have, but it could have just taken these lows, like these lows or whatever, and just like reverse, like, I don't know, thinking that it's gonna sell, right? Like thinking like, oh, market open, we're selling, let's just sell. Nah, you have to like read the room. Okay, we have this 5 minute for a rally gap here. 5 minute gets tapped, but not like, I honestly, I don't know if I even saw this wick right here. And if I did, then whatever. I just felt like that's not enough, right? Because I bought in thinking like, yo, price is gonna go and fill this for a value gap. So I don't know, because that was yesterday's trade. So I'm not, whatever. I don't remember that, like my thought process fully. But you can see, right, the proof is in the pudding. Like I answered right here, and it was an incredible trade, bro. Like, what a crazy trade. And the second entry was crazy as well. So 2 great entries. To have a better explanation, because this doesn't really explain the market structure and then the break on the upside or the downside, which is technically ICC. So we're gonna go somewhere. Okay, let's use this as an example. Okay, so market open right here, 8:30 for me, 9:30, boom, came up, made this high, right? Drag it. You have to mark it at the wick. Made this high at the wick, right? Boom. Then came down and created this low, right? So we dragged that across. Drag it across all the way so you can see what clearly was going on. So market open, boom. Created this high and this low, came up, started coming up. To be honest, like, if I would have seen this or whatever here, I would have probably gotten in here and targeted these highs or whatever. Probably would have gotten out at break even, as you can see. But this is what it really shows you. You see this break right here, break, correction, and then continuation. I would have probably waited a little bit more for a big correction, but then I would have done this, and then this continuation, and you could have gone in right here. You see how much more clarity that gives you? because you just because you marked out market open, the first structure, highs and low, and then you just dragged it across and seen what price was doing, you know? Okay, so if it breaks to the upside, if it was the other way around, right, and it came up and it broke to the upside, then it came down and then it broke again, you already know that, okay, so we're going to continue higher. But if it didn't, like this, we have an indication here, indication, correction, correction, and then continuation. So indication that is going to go down. Let's just put this like this. Indication that is going to go down. Correction, this will be the correction. Correction, and then continuation. So you get in right here. Let me do one more example for you. So again, I mark out the 9:30, the 10 a.m. and the 11 a.m. candle, because at 11 a.m. it's when the move really happens. So anyways, so look, you have market open, came up and created this high right here. This high, and again, market at the wick, right? And really, this high right here is actually this high, because if you know anything about trading, you know that we first create that little lower high and then that real high. So this is actually the real high, but let's just leave it right there for now, right? Even like that, this high and this low right here, right? So drag it all the way across, and what do we see? We have market open, we have a high, we have a small indication to the upside here, but not really, right? So we have a high, come down, we have a low. Honestly, bro, this would be the high. Honestly, like, I wouldn't necessarily count this as a high. Maybe I would. I don't know. Let's do either way, right? So we come up, we have this high, we mark that out, come down, create this low, we have this another high here, it's small indication to the upside here, we come down, create an indication to the downside, come up, lower high, so lower high here, and then break again. So this will be our trade. High stop loss goes up above here or above here, depending on how much you want to risk, and target this right here, or just, I guess, let it ride. I don't think I would have let it ride that long, but you could have waited till 8 p.m. and then grab that, or just grab all just this, depending on how much you need, depending on how much contracts you used, and then, or just break even at some point right here. You can continue watching price along the day, and then when you would have seen this move right here, you could have gone in on this move, whatever. But you see, just like the entry wise, how clear this is. And let's just, some example is not always going to be as clear, right? So I don't want to lead you guys astray here. It's not always going to be like perfect. Like, look at this one. This was going to be one of my examples. So market open, got this high and created this low, right? Came up, created this lower high. And be careful. This is not me saying like, yo, forget about higher time frame trends and all that. There's other confluences that goes into the strategy. Right now I'm just explaining like how to get entries, and how to like like the update of this strategy of what you guys already know, you know, like watch the other videos where I explain like what's the higher time frame trend, what's the time frame on the 5 minute. I think I did that on the other videos. If I haven't, then I'll do it. But that's not, you know, me saying like, yo, forget everything else, right? So, and this is not all the way like this would like this doesn't have to work every day, right? But it works the most of the time. Like look at this one. So we have this high right here, and then this low came up, created this lower high, came down, indication, correction, and then continuation. We will get in right here, right? Sorry. We will get in right here. And look, even if you drag it across, you get stopped out, right? So that's just one of those days, you know? But the dope thing about the strategy is that even if you get stopped out, hopefully you're not risking, you know, crazy amount of money. Even if you don't get even if you get stopped out, the dope thing about the strategy is that it's either going up or down or sideways, bruh. All right? So you get stopped out, that's unfortunate. But as soon as you seen this break right here, boom, you could have gotten in or waited. But if you see this, you know, volume or whatever, or you see that volume, you could have gone in right here, could have gone in right here. You know what I'm saying? Now that we know that price is actually building up, you could have even gone in sooner, you know, like as soon as you seen price build up or whatever, you could have gone in sooner and just gone in and made your bread, you know. So that's just this the update of this strategy. Strategy is crazy, glory to God. Yeah, this helped me out a lot. Watch it over and over again so you guys can see how dope this is. I know that in the first trade that I showed you guys, it kind of did the same thing here where it like came down, and as soon as it was coming up, I like bought. So you're like, Yasha, why didn't you marked out the highs and the lows of that first trade, and then as soon as you saw it bought up, you got in. So why not get in like right here or something and just buy? Sorry, like here and just buy or whatever. Dang, I did it again. And just buy or whatever. Well, that's because I don't have any data here, bro. I have no data. In that first trade, I had a 5 minute fair value gap right here, you know? So I'm like, okay, so if price is reversing, it's gonna go into that 5 minute fair value gap. And like I said, it was a sketchy trade to me in the moment, so I only went in with 1 micro, and I was risking like $64 or something like that. So I had data up here, like I knew like price is going to reverse. Price could reverse right here, like, you know, I knew price was going to reverse. That's why I took the trade. But I was kind of skeptical, so I went in with, you know, 1 micro. So, but over here, I have no data, right? There's no data over here, so I don't know what price is doing. So I'm more likely going to feel like, yo, this huge gap is going to be filled. That's why we have an indication, correction, and a continuation to fill in this gap, right? But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. You got stopped out. But the dope part about the strategy, since you have these 2 things right here, you know what's going on, right? You can see price. You can see price is ranging between these two, this high and this low. As soon as market open, it's ranging. So, okay, that was a loss. But, okay, so where's price going now? Oh, it's going up. Oh, it just broke out of these high. Boom, buy. You know, especially if it's coming in with, like, you know, well, you couldn't see volume off of just this one candle. You saw volume here. But it's going up, bro. So you could have, you know, even drag this across or whatever your instincts tell you in the moment. This could have been an indication. Above this line right here, you got a small correction, you get in right here, or you get in right here as soon as you see that this is buying and this is buying, and it's like, okay, cool, let's buy. Boom. Right? So yeah, so again, I'm just explaining, like, you know, this new thing that God showed me. And I'm saying God showed me because I was looking at the charts, and I was like looking at the 1 minute, and then I was looking at the 5 minute, and the 5 minute I saw this and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Okay, so, and all good things come from God. That was like insight that God just dropped in the moment, and I ran with it, bro. I like did it for a couple days. I just like tested it out like this, and I was like, okay, so this is lit. This is what I'm gonna do, and this gives me a better picture of what is going on. So I hope this helped you guys on entries. I hope this strategy really helps you. You know, I'm with like the simple things. I'm like Sai. I don't like to, I don't like complicated things. I don't like indicators. I want to keep it as simple as possible, and I want to make things for you guys as simple as possible. And for you guys, I'm referring to anybody who's gonna come across this video one day. But yeah, this was yesterday's trade, which was so clean, yo. So happy with the entry of this trade. So happy with, I should have gone in with at least 2 micros, man. But anyways, and so happy with this one too. So glory to God, and it's all because of God for showing me this, right? And his encouragement for helping me not to give up, to be honest, and just looking at the charts over and over and over and over and over, like, bro, I haven't stopped. So, and I'm not gonna stop, God willing. So let's continue and let's keep going. I hope this helped you guys.